When an NFL player or fan is asked who is the best inside linebacker in the league, two players seem to come to mind: Luke Kuechly and Bobby Wagner. For several years, each player has made their names as a prominent and talented linebacker in the NFL. Today, I will do my best to cover each player's talent, dominance, leadership, injury, statistics, awards, and what kind of teams they've played on to see who truly is the best linebacker in the league. Now, as a Panthers fan, I will maintain my best to keep an unbiased point of view to give both players a clean slate. So first off, we're going to talk about Bobby Wagner. So Bobby Wagner was drafted in 2012 with the 47th overall pick in the second round by the Seattle Seahawks. He's maintained for that team for the past several years. When it comes to awards, he is a 3-time first-team All-Pro, a 4-time Pro Bowler, and was named second-team All-Pro in 2015. He also became a part of the Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl championship team in 2013-2014 when they defeated the Denver Broncos. He was also awarded on the All-Rookie team by PFWA and was voted as the best linebacker or highest linebacker of a 96.7 grade in 2017 by Pro Football Focus. His best season came in 2017. Now again, this is my opinion after looking at his stats from the past several years and maintaining how he is on his own self and not with the team. He had 133 combined tackles or total tackles. He had 97 solo tackles, which is his highest by far throughout his entire career. He has 36 assists, which is his lowest in his career, 1.5 sacks, 6 passes defended, 2 interceptions, and 1 TD. Now, when it comes to his full career stats, he has 8 interceptions, 778 tackles, 15.5 quarterback sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 30 passes defended, and 2 touchdowns. Now, when it comes to talent, Bobby Wagner is seen as quite the player and is best known for his run-stopping abilities when it comes to playing other offenses. He is feared by a lot of players in this league, such as Todd Gurley and Le'Veon Bell. His dominance is quite lacking, though. However, he has played on incredible teams, such as teams with the Legion of Boom, with Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, KJ Wright, Bruce Irvin, Deshaun Sheed, Brandon Browner, Earl Thomas, and many more. However, his awards make his name for himself, not just by titles, but shows how great of a player he is, and is respected by many throughout this league. His stats are incredible for how long he's played, and at this rate, he will soon break 1,000 tackles in no time. However, the key issue about Bobby Wagner is how well would he do on a team by himself. For so long, he's been surrounded by incredible talented players that many wonder what he would do by himself. That's why, my opinion, I graded 2017 as his best season so far, with 97 solo tackles, which is his best. However, this is going to be a big change for Bobby Wagner, as he will be one of the older players on the team, with a lot of players departing, like Richard Sherman, and the possible retirement of Cam Chancellor. This season is a big step up to prove how great Bobby Wagner is. Now, after that, let's go on to Luke Kuechly. So, in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers selected Luke Kuechly 9th overall. When it comes to award, Luke Kuechly is a 4-time first-team All-Pro, a 5-time Pro Bowler, and was on the second-team All-Pro in 2016. Also recently, he gained the Art Rooney Award, and has the 2-time Butkus Award. He is one of the only few players to ever win the Butkus Award in pro and college. And he was also awarded PFWA All-Rookie Team. However, despite some of those awards, he's not a Super Bowl champion. One of the bigger things that separates Wagner and Kuechly is that Wagner is a world champion. Luke Kuechly is not. However, Luke Kuechly was awarded the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2012, as well as earned the entitlement of NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. In my opinion, after looking at Luke Kuechly's stats, his best season comes in 2013, where he played all 16 games. That is also the season he won Defensive Player of the Year. He had 156 total or combined tackles, 93 solo tackles, 63 assists, 2 sacks, 8 passes defended, and 4 interceptions. Now, when it comes to total career stats, Kuechly has 15 interceptions, which is by far the most interceptions by any linebacker in the means in this league. He has the most interceptions since he's come in the league, which is 2012. I think behind him is Mark Barron. Now, when it comes to total tackles, this is one of the bigger differentials between Kuechly and Wagner is that Kuechly has 818 tackles. However, tackles are not everything, and stats don't always prove how great a player is. He has 10.5 quarterback sacks, which is 5 less than Wagner. He has 5 forced fumbles and 48 passes defended, which is 18 more than Wagner. However, he's tied with 2 total touchdowns as well. Now, when it comes to talent, Kuechly is assumed by many players in this league, especially that of Cam Newton and many of the other defensive players in this league, as one of if not one of the most talented linebackers in the league right now and of all time. He's one of the most dominating players in this league and is considered the best, one of the smartest linebackers, with up to Sean Lee and Bobby Wagner as well. If he can read pretty much any defensive play and can pretty much call out any offensive play. We saw that several years ago in the Super Bowl, where he was able to predict a lot of Peyton Manning's moves and plays. However, the biggest issue of Kuechly is his injury bug. He has had so many concussions throughout his year. Despite NFL players, or the average of a linebacker playing 3 to 4 years, Kuechly has maintained his role in this league for about 6 or 7 years. However, those concussions that he's had, especially how last year or the year before that, in 2016, he was out for nearly 7 to 8 games, which is terrible. These concussions are certainly going to hurt his career and cut it short. That is for sure. Now, when it comes to stats, Kuechly has some of the best stats for such a young player. Despite being only 27 years old, he has some of the best stats a linebacker has ever had in his age, and is expected to break many records if he's able to maintain a healthy season. However, the biggest thing between Kuechly and Bobby Wagner when it comes to similarities is the teams they played on. Kuechly has played on a very talented Panthers defensive team, just like Bobby Wagner has. However, in my opinion, Bobby Wagner has probably played on a better team because they won the Super Bowl and with Russell Wilson. When it comes to Luke Kuechly, he has played on a great defensive team, but offense has been kind of lacking, especially with the run game and Cam's receivers in the league. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson has had some great players lately, or has had some great players over the years. However, Luke Kuechly has played on, if not a better linebacker roster than Bobby Wagner, because he's played with Thomas Davis, Shaq Thompson, John Beeson, and many other players. He has played with an assortment of other players, not just in linebacker, but on the front seven as well, as the Panthers have had a good, consistent front seven when stopping the run game. So that's what kind of separates between the two and some of those similarities as well. When it comes to leadership, again, I want to say this again. Kuechly is known as the full leader of the defense. When Thomas Davis will be retiring the next couple of years, everyone's gonna look to Kuechly. If Kuechly can stay healthy, he can make a name for himself in this league as the best linebacker in the league. However, Kuechly himself has a lot to prove, as Davis will be retiring soon, and despite him being one of the starters, he's gonna have to put up his game and help. Him and TD are gonna help nurture and make Shaq Thompson such a great linebacker if they can. We'll be able to see that in the next couple of years. Right now, when it comes to athletic ability, they're both great. Sometimes, however, Kuechly gets a little tired and can miss tackles, which is a bit of an issue. That's what separates Kuechly and Bobby Wagner as well. Bobby Wagner is very precise on his tackles and barely misses them. So, here comes the end. Who do I find as the best linebacker in the league? In my opinion, it would be Bobby Wagner. Despite Luke Kuechly overriding him when it comes to awards and stats, that's not all that counts, though. Just how dominant a player can be as well is a big part. Despite Jerry Rice having the better stats than Randy Moss, in my opinion, Randy Moss was a much more athletic player, which in my opinion makes him a little bit better. Despite, of course, him not winning Super Bowl, he has broken the record for most touchdowns in a year because of his athletic ability. But again, that's my opinion. So, after looking at it, Luke Kuechly has never won a Super Bowl despite him going one game close. Stats are better, but Bobby Wagner seems like a more precise and keen player and is able to definitely he's much more quicker on his feet than I think of Luke Kuechly. However, that doesn't just stray away that Luke Kuechly is a bad player. Luke Kuechly is an incredible player. He's probably one of the best linebackers this league has ever seen. But despite what Bobby Wagner is be giving to, I would say he's had the upper hand right now, and he has the advantage to make himself a bigger name in this coming season. But hey, that's just my opinion. After this coming season, we'll really see who's the best player. So, who do you think is better, Luke Kuechly or Bobby Wagner? Let me know down in the comments below. As well as comment if you'd like to see any other kind of player matches or who's a better player. Let me know down below if you want me to see do a wide receiver or a quarterback or running back. Also, let me know why I'm wrong. Tell me why Luke Kuechly is the better linebacker. I would like to know. I want to see your guys' thoughts. Now, if you did like this video and you want to see more sports videos like this, I would appreciate it if you guys would hit that like button. Of course, you don't have to, but it would be greatly appreciated. Of course, I accept positive and negative criticism as well, so you can let me know down in the comments below. And as well, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, of course. You don't have to. I'm not going to force you. Not that big of a deal, but really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.